Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with that other team here in the metropolitan area, the New York Giants. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set, ready? 50, plant. 50. Hey, lock it. They're not ready. 5.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. That's good for 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey! Switch. Hard. Let's go.
Manning now to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, dude.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A nice gain of 21 yards. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The give is to Bell. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bell. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Go side. 93 is the mic. Got one. I got one.
On the ground with a tight end. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
93 is the mic. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
On 2nd and 9. Darnold out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Darnold now to throw. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard
New York set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Shotgun now for Manning. That's complete to Gallman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
We just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense will give him.
Yes. Hey, Alpha.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Out to the right here to Shepard. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here. Manning now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot, and if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A run for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now it's Tate. He fights through one man. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Manning. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
And he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Go! Leo! 30 base. He's coming. Ready?
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Yep. Look. Squeeze. Hey, lock it. Watch out. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Manning. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. A give to Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
At the Giants' 35-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he's got a moonwalk. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 5 now. Darnold, a screen to Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. You ain't doing nothing today, yo, lady.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Manning. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play.
Go.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Look at me. Go. Rock it.
Throwing Jones. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, box truck.
Here's Manning to throw. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jets are going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Darnold. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Got an open man, it's a noon one. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return, it's Tate. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 44-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Manning. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On the counter, here's Bell. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Letting one go deep for a noon walk. This is caught inside the 15. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today.
A 27-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here we go.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Goldman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means One big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Around the NFL, they've gone to the third in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On first down, Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end, Ingram. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On the ball. On the ball.
Now Gallman. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey, Haywood.
From the 25 on second down, Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a first and 10 at the 15. Operating from the gun, Jones. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Five. Yep. Squeeze. Hey, lock it.
Now Jones going for it all. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a one-score game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down throw, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Here it comes. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
42-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 52. Bam, bam. Begin. Check out.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Go. Bravo. Go out.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. Over the middle, complete. It's Tate. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Look at me. Zipper. Check three.
This is Gallman. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Golden Tate with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Giants 14. Jets.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? Lady, you must be dreaming.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Watch the curls. Watch the curls. Check it out.
Now it's Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he coughed it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check. Go. No. Check that. Check.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Switch.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Sam off. Undercrush. 5.
Manning gonna throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Right now, you better bring 6-6, pull it high.
Lights 57's mine.
Hey, Echo.
Check 25.
Hey.
I got motion.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gators.
Okay, just like that.
Hey, seam 6.
Check 31.
Leo.
Switch.
Ready?
Now Manning. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Delta. Look, squeeze. Hey, lock it.
Check 6, go.
Let's go.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. Room to run past midfield. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Gallman. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
At the 36-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6 and 4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2 and 7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over. First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Real side.
50 seconds to Mike.
I got it.
Kill. Whip. Watch the whip. Showing up.
The lady.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I got you, boy.
On second down now, it's West, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Watch the lady. Watch the slant. Switch.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
57, Mike 57. Let's go, D. Joker. Red 80. 57's right. Watch QB draw.
22 jet bomber.
On 3rd down, West. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. On 4th down, the Jets turning to Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away.
And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Browns have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super tough.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Darnold. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is West. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs, you're putting...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Let's go, D. Pilot, 64, weak.
Hey, alert 3. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check. Lucky.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through.
Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
180.
Focus, defense, focus. Check. Press that.
Hurry.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. Little razzle-dazzle by Odell Beckham Jr. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We will have 2 weeks in the books once this one wraps up. More football coming your way, though, Thursday night. We start week 3 with a good one in the AFC South. Titans and Jags from Jacksonville. Kickoff for that one, 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 on the West Coast. And since we should have Marcus Mariota involved, 2:20 for our friends in Hawaii. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, it's Powell. Finds an opening past the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with West. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Here we go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second and 12, Darnold. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Wide open receiver complete. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Rabbit. Hey, ready? Safety's creeping. Hey, watch edge.
To the air again, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Again, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
The Browns take over.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Watch, regular. Hey, check. I got you.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield. And that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, one set. Check right 54. Right 54.
Yeah. You don't want to know. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Pistol. Slacks. Watch the slack. Hey.
Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A good pickup there, a 22.
180.
54. I'm going to come back to you. Check.
Hey, award 33.
Mayfield now from the 50. Throw left side, complete to QT. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Let's go.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Out right here to Herndon. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
He's checking crap.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Hey, let's get in that hole. Man, Eddie. Back. Bang.
You got
Eddie.
You got tight right there.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett. And this Browns defense stands tall. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All day, every day.
King.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mayfield looks to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. QT on the right side, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got the first down inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Here's Mayfield. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Room here to run. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Hey, watch your leg.
Hatchet, hatchet.
They begin here with a run by West. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd and 5.
We're going to sign.
Watch 57.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And it's caught by Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold completes it and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Go side. 51's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Darnold from the red zone now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Faking the give, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold rolling to his left. He can run for it, and this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 49. Check 49.
Now here we go on 4th. Darnold forced out to his left. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Chops left. 54. I'm trying to collect. Watch switch.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 75 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
We're outside. Go 58's the mic. Watch
Yo, lady.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 1st down, Darnold. Anderson a 1st down and more. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ricky. Young lady.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A 1st down throw, Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.